Fadel Abdulghany is the Executive Director of the Syrian Network for Human Rights. He joins me now live from Doha. Great to have you here with us on TRT World. I think I want to establish one thing, that Syria, according to experts, has become a forgotten war. Idlib is home to millions of people, including women and children. In fact, mostly women and children. And I've been to Idlib myself. I've seen the dire situation people over there have been living under without access to basic necessities of life, such as drinking water, food, and healthcare has become of paramount importance now. I wonder, what do you think the future holds for Idlib and other Syrian territories with the threats of suspension of healthcare facilities?
You are totally right. The decline in bombing operations launched by the Syrian regime and its Russian allies gave that impression that the extent of violation had declined in Syria. But this impression is inaccurate. Although the number of attacks has decreased significantly, it's not stopped. The Syria conflict is still generated tenth of victims. We recorded at the SNHR since the early this year, up to now, 329 civilians, extrajudicial killing civilians, 49 children and 31 women. Also, we documented several types of violation. It's still taking place in the regime control area. Because of those violations, we periodically document that there is a displaced movement to the northwest Syria. Now, we are facing, due to this false impression and the forgotten conflict in Syria, the reduction of the support to the civil society organization that many organizations faced, including us. I agree that the Syria conflict been forgotten, but it's not yet done. According to the UNHCR, 3.5 million displaced people in northwest Syria. So nearly 70% women and children, and 90% of the 3.5 relying on humanitarian aid. Cutting aid is sending a wrong message for all of those.
And Fadel, this is what if I may, this is what I find mind-boggling. There are 1.2 million people over there who, and most of these people, 1/3 of them, in fact, are living in tents. They don't have access to proper tents. At a time when there should have been an increase in funding coming to Idlib, we are seeing a decline. So what do you think this tells us about how seriously the international community takes the plight of those who are living in Idlib?
So those are the forcibly displaced. They left their homes and their jobs, so they are the most vulnerable group in the society. It should be an increase of fund because, as I mentioned, the conflict is still generating a lot of victims, a lot of forcibly displaced. On contrary, there is the reducing of support for the civil society organization, and those organizations and institutions we are hearing from your reports, those are playing semi-government role. So reduction aid will lead actually to rise the toll of many abuses, including extortion of women, exploitation of children, or forced work, child labor, and pressuring tens of thousands to seek refugees via Turkey toward Europe and others. Donated countries should actually increase fund, but unfortunately, even in Brussels conference, which I attend, their pledge actually is far less than the previous one, and I hope that they fulfill those pledges. But unfortunately, that's what's happened in Syria, and that's sending a wrong message to those victims and pushing them toward extreme and raise a question about the effectiveness of international community respond to this crisis, which has not yet developed.
Fadel Abdulghany, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.